So your house was in this town, says Aluka, as she uses her fingers to zoom in on a holographic map that projects from her wristband. Yes, says Anna, we lived at the base of those mountains, as she points at the holographic screen. Aluka responds, that's only about 3 hours away from us. We should be back here before nightfall. You realize your house will most likely not look the way you remember it. Yeah, says Anna. I hope it's still there. If not, I'll get to at least see my town. I think it will help me accept the reality of this new world I woke up in. Everything still feels so unreal. Yeah, I could imagine, says Aluka, as she stands up and walks over to the railing on the balcony. Look, says Aluka, our wings are on the way. Anna, still unable to walk, uses her arms and body to scoot herself to the edge of the balcony. She looks down and sees nothing but clouds. She looks up and sees what appears to be a flock of birds approaching in the distance. Anna, looking around confused, then asks Aluka, wings? Is there a helicopter or something like that coming to take us to my house? Aluka then looks at Anna and smiles before replying, no, our wings are coming. Beautiful angels, as she points to what appears to be a flock of birds in the distance. Anna, feeling confused, wonders if Aluka might be crazy, as she sits there looking at the flock of birds approaching. Seconds later, Anna says, oh my God. As she grabs the balcony railings with her hands and pulls herself closer, looking up, she can see the flock of birds approaching. Each one is brightly colored and extremely large as the birds continue to glide closer to the balcony. She can now tell that these are not birds at all. Wow, says Anna, as she looks up and sees dozens of what can best be described as some type of part animal, part human with wings, circling above. Two of the creatures begin to flap their wings as they descend down onto the balcony. At your service, says the winged male as he bows to Aluka. The second winged being, which appears to be female, repeats the same phrase, at your service, and bows. Anna looks at both of these creatures as they converse with Aluka in a type of language she does not understand. Anna then hears loud bird chirps coming from the flying creatures above and watches as they form a V-shaped flock and fly off into the distance. Aluka then takes two baskets made of rope from the winged male. Here, Anna, this one is for you. You can sit inside of it. Anna then opens up the rope basket and then looks at Aluka. Aluka says, look, like this, as Aluka opens her basket and sits inside. Anna then scoots inside her basket and pulls the sides of it up to her shoulders. Aluka, sensing Anna's nervousness, reassures Anna, telling her, don't worry, everything is going to be fine. This is how we travel over long distances. Okay, says Anna, but are we going to travel side by side the whole way? Yes, says Aluka, we'll be able to see each other and talk the entire way there if you wish. Okay, says Anna, as the winged male, whose feet appear similar to the talons of a hawk, grabs onto the two straps on the top of her basket. The second winged female creature does the same to Aluka's basket. Both winged creatures then jump up at the same time, both flapping their wings as they begin to ascend, raising both Aluka and Anna above the balcony. Is this safe, says Anna as they begin to pick up speed. the air blowing Anna's hair in every direction. Aluka, a few meters away, yells back, "Yes, it's safe. We've been flying this way for over 100 years now." Anna then says, "And no one has fallen out of these baskets?" "No, well, it's extremely rare," says Aluka, causing Anna to tightly grip the ropes above her. The two winged creatures pick up more speed while their talons hold tightly onto the tops of the baskets, carrying Aluka and Anna through the air above the clouds. "Don't they get tired?" yells Anna. "No," yells Aluka. "For them, flying comes naturally." Anna responds, "It doesn't feel very cold up here. Why is that?" Aluka responds, "Above the clouds it's warmer, and below everything is freezing." Anna looks down and can see the clouds below her moving at a very fast rate as the winged creatures flap their wings, raising even higher in the sky. The creatures then stop flapping their wings and just spread them out. Anna can now feel they are soaring at an even faster rate. Anna begins to laugh and says, "This is kind of fun. How fast are we going?" "About 160 miles per hour, says Aluka as she smiles at Anna. "Well, what about..." Then Anna stops herself from talking, instead focusing on a large flock of hundreds of similarly winged human creatures approaching a few meters below them. Anna then hears fast, loud, swishy noises as the flock of winged human creatures passes directly below them. Anna turns around and sees them flying and disappearing into the distance. "What was that? Where are they going?" yells Anna. She looks over and Aluka is now laying down, sleeping inside her basket. Anna can see the gills on Aluka's sides opening and closing as she breathes. Anna then turns away and watches as they soar above the sea of clouds below them. Anna enjoys the warm air and the sights she sees. The sun high up in the sky looks just like the sun she remembers. The clouds are very thick and spread out in every direction. It's kind of hard to believe. Everything below the clouds is a frozen wasteland, she thinks to herself, as she daydreams about her life before she awoke in this strange world. Anna looks to her left and sees Aluka stretching and yawning. "Hello," yells Anna as she giggles slightly. Aluka just smiles back. "We should be close to your town now," says Aluka as she pulls on her wristband. A holographic map appears. Aluka then looks up and begins to yank on one of the ropes that the winged creature is holding on to. The winged creature looks down at Aluka and nods as he says something to the female winged creature in a strange language, and they both begin to descend. Anna then yells to Aluka, "I should have mentioned this sooner, but are we going to need jackets?" "No," replies Aluka. "When we brought you back, your blood was infused with the warming agent. It will feel like 75 degrees for you down there." "Well, what about you?" says Anna. "I was born and engineered to survive this environment. We'll be fine," says Aluka. They then begin to pass through what feels to be a never-ending layer of thick clouds, so thick she can barely even see the basket around her. Finally, breaking through the clouds, Anna sees white snow covering the hills, mountains, and ground below in the distance. She can also see the outline of white buildings and houses covered in snow. "There! The mountains!" yells Anna as she points to a nearby mountain. My house was over there. Aluka then yells in an unfamiliar language at the flying creatures carrying them. They begin to head towards the mountains. Passing over this town, Anna remains quiet as she sees everything below covered in snow and ice. It's as if in one instant, civilization froze over. She sees busy streets with cars frozen in place, covered in snow. The complete silence of everything below she finds the most striking. As they pass over one house, Anna can clearly see a swing set in the backyard with a small child sitting on it, frozen in place. My God, says Anna quietly to herself. The cheerful, fun feeling she had a few minutes ago, now gone. Anna leans back in her basket and closes her eyes. Are you okay? Yells Aluka. Yeah, I'm fine, says Anna. I was kind of hoping deep down that maybe somehow something of what I once knew survived. Sorry, says Aluka, but we are getting close to the mountains. Do you remember which house is yours? Anna leans forward, looking down as they begin to glide slowly and closer to the cluster of houses below. That's it, the one with the stone wall around it, she says, pointing down. Aluka then looks up and yells in her unfamiliar language something to the creatures carrying them. They then begin to slowly descend until both Anna and Aluka are sat gently down on the ground. Aluka gets out of her rope basket first, walking up to the winged female creature, who then hands Aluka a rectangle-shaped stake. Aluka then opens the stake and it begins to expand and transform into a type of wheelchair. Both winged creatures nod in Aluka's direction before they both jump up and begin to flap their wings. They begin to fly up and away from Anna and Aluka. Well, let's look at your house, says Aluka as she pushes the wheelchair towards Anna. Anna then grabs onto the wheelchair and pulls herself up to sit down. Aluka pushes Anna up to the front of the stone wall surrounding the house. The front gate, which is slightly open, Aluka pushes open wider, and her and Anna enter, walking up to the front door. Wow, the door is covered in ice, says Anna. This will melt the ice, says Aluka. As she pulls on her wristband, a bright red light shines from the band and onto the front door. And in seconds, the thick ice turns into drips of water, followed by water pouring down as the ice melts. Aluka then turns the doorknob, opening the door. They proceed to enter. They both look around the very clean and organized room. A thick fog escapes their mouths as they breathe in the cold air. I wonder who lived here after my family, says Anna, as she begins to roll her wheelchair around the room, looking at the various furniture and pictures on the wall. Aluka then says, I'm going to go check out the rest of the house. Anna watches as Aluka enters into a bedroom. Anna enters the room opposite, which is a children's room, and notices toys on top of a dresser and the oval-shaped windows, which tells her this used to be her room. Wow, 500 years later and the windows are the same, Anna thinks to herself. Anna then exits the room and heads down a hallway where she sees Aluka standing in front of the door. What's in this one, says Anna. You may not want to see this room, says Aluka. Anna then rolls her wheelchair towards Anna and looks past Anna's hip and sees two decomposed frozen bodies in the bed. Anna quietly says, I wonder who these people were, looking up at Aluka. I don't know, says Aluka, but our angel should be arriving soon to take us back home. If there is anything in here you want to take back with you, you should grab it now. Anna responds, No, I don't want any of this stuff. Nothing in this house belongs to my family. Aluka responds, Then we should get going, as she puts her hand on Anna's shoulder. Now, waiting outside the house, Anna and Aluka sit down quietly, looking up at the sky, waiting for the angels to arrive. I thought we had to make it back before it gets dark, says Anna. As you can tell, the sky is now slowly becoming darker. We do, says Aluka. I don't know what could be taking them so long. Aluka then pulls on her wristband, and this time a blue light appears, which shines on both her and Anna. That feels warm, says Anna. Yes, this will keep us warm, says Aluka. It gets much colder at night. Maybe we should go back inside, says Anna. Then suddenly, Aluka stands up and points to the sky, saying, Look! In the distance, both Aluka and Anna can see the two angels approaching. As the angels slowly move closer and closer for the first time, and even with the blue light shining on her from Aluka's wristband, Anna begins to feel cold as the sky gets darker. Here, take this, says Aluka as she takes off the wristband and puts it on Anna's wrist. Aluka then says, The trip back will be different. It's getting dark now, which means it will be much colder and dangerous, even above the clouds. The blue light from the wristband will keep you warm. Well, what about you, says Anna. The angel will keep me warm, says Aluka. Anna looks up and sees both of the two angels approaching above, both of them illuminated by a blue light. Both angels then land hard in front of Aluka and Anna. Aluka and the male angel then begin to speak to each other in a panicked tone of voice. Anna cannot understand the strange language they are speaking in, but one thing she can tell is that they are in grave danger. Aluka then takes the rope basket and in a panicked fast motion she lays it out next to Anna's wheelchair. The angel and Aluka help Anna into the basket. Aluka then climbs into her basket and each angel takes hold of the tops of the baskets as they both jump into the air and begin to fly off at a very fast rate. Unlike the earlier trip, Anna can tell something is seriously wrong as the angels are no longer flying side by side, but are instead flying in a panicked, erratic motion, going in and out of the clouds and flying left to right and up and down as if they are trying to lose or evade someone. Anna looks ahead, and about 20 meters in front of her, she sees Aluka tightly holding onto her basket while looking back at her. Suddenly, a loud explosion shakes the sky as she sees the angel carrying Aluka split in two. Anna can feel the tiny bits of flesh hitting her as she sees what's left of the angel and Aluka still sitting in the basket tumble down into the clouds below. Anna yells, Aluka! As she continues to hear large, thunderous explosions around her. Immediately, she begins to fall. As she looks up, she can see that her angel is badly injured. Blood sprays out of its body, and it begins to glide down, its wings stiff, and with a terrified look on its face. They both begin to fall down into the clouds.